Hello all, and welcome to the Terminus Directive. With Star Wars Squadrons coming out soon, I thought I'd discuss the classes of fighters coming and what we might expect to see from them. Today we'll be talking about the Bringers of Mass Destruction, the Bomber class. The New Republic will be bringing the Y-Wing, while the Empire fields the TIE Bomber. Before we begin, we should note that Squadrons will feature asymmetrical gameplay. That is, the fighters on either side will function a little differently and won't be balanced in quite the same ways. So, the Y-Wing will have some different systems than its TIE Bomber counterpart. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the Bomber class as a whole. Bombers are the best craft for playing the objective, using their heavy ordnance to deal significant damage to enemy capital ships. Bombers have powerful weapons and stronger armor than the other ships, but they are also very slow, and as such are extremely vulnerable to attack. Pilots will have to rely on friendly fighters and interceptors to screen the enemy away from them. We'll start by looking at the Btl A4 Y-Wing Bomber. The A4 variant was developed by Consair Manufacturing at the end of the Clone Wars, and the Empire began disassembling the craft for parts. Rebel cells began to steal the bombers from impounds and disassembly sites, turning the bombers against the government. An arc of Star Wars Rebels features one such theft, highlighting the importance the ships held for the growing rebellion. The Btl A4 has a top speed of 1,000 kilometers, or 620 miles per hour. While relatively slow for the Star Wars universe, the Y-Wing makes up for its lacking speed with a heavy and versatile armament. A pair of forward laser cannons are augmented by a rotating ion turret behind the cockpit. Ion weaponry allows the ship to perform well against enemy shields and critical components, giving the Y-Wing an edge in combat. The Y-Wing also has a pair of proton torpedo tubes, although it can also be fitted with a limited number of heavier explosives. There is a shipboard astromech droid to help with repairs and navigation, and the ship has strong shields and heavy armor, as well as a hyperdrive. On the opposing side is the Btl SA bomber. Manufactured by Scinar Fleet Systems, the Btl SA carries a heavier payload. A wide variety of missiles, mines, and other explosives can be found in Btl's massive ordnance pod located next to the cockpit. Btl also features a twin laser cannon. Btl SA is extremely slow, with a top speed of 850 kilometers or 530 miles per hour. Like the rest of the Btl line, the bomber has no shields and no hyperdrive. The lack of shielding on such a slow ship is extremely detrimental, and the TIE bomber is heavily reliant on other Imperial ships to clear it a path for attack. If adequately protected, the bomber can deliver blistering firepower onto its enemies. Tactically, bombers are going to be crucial to playing the objective. In the core Squadrons game mode, fleet battles, attacking enemy corvettes and frigates is critical, as destroying these ships will lead to a morale boost, allowing for an attack on the flagship. I would expect bombers to be powerful on offense, but I think they'll have limited usage while defending. In universe, both bombers talked about today are seen as something akin to a flying coffin. They are very large and very vulnerable targets, and squad mates will need to provide protection. Team play will be critical for the bombers. I expect both ships to do well at attacking objectives, although I think the ion cannons of a Y-Wing will make it a little more deadly against enemy fighters. If it functions anything like the ion cannon from Battlefront 2, this may well be the most powerful ability in the game. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and especially sharing the video. Be sure to subscribe for more Star Wars and sci-fi content. Will you be flying a Y-Wing or TIE bomber come October 2nd when Squadrons releases? Feel free to discuss in the comments below.